Sybil Ludington, a 16-year-old girl who lived with her 11 siblings and family. She was an average girl who did what was expected of women. But on the date, April 26, 1777, she did something that would forever change her view and the nation's view of women's role in the war for independence. This is the tale of Sybil Ludington, the female Paul Revere.
It was the date, April 26, 1777. Sybil Ludington and her family were enjoying their time with their father. Her father was Colonel Ludington. He was the leader of the 7th Regiment of the Dutchess County Militia. They had been given a leave for 2 days to help on their farms during harvest season. Suddenly, there was a loud banging on the door. It was a messenger from the Continental Army, warning the colonel about the attack from the British. He asked him to gather his militia and prepare to defend. The colonel demanded the messenger to warn the rest of his troops, but the man could not write any further. This is when Sybil Ludington volunteered to ride through. The route Sybil followed would be a good 40 miles of riding. This is a map of the route Sybil Ludington rode. It involved her going through Stormville, Pecksville, Fredericksburg, Carmel, Southeast Village, Danbury, Red Mills, and Hoosbrook House. Along the route there would be other obstacles such as loyalists trying to aid the British. This was in the night as well, so it would add to her course of obstacles as her vision would be very limited. Nevertheless, Sybil Ludington was able to complete her route, warning her father's militia about the attack. Because of her ride, her father's militia was able to gather just in time to join the Continental Army for the Battle of Ridgefield. Sybil Ludington's actions were very different from what was expected of women at the time. Women were expected to be gentle, calm, and loving caretakers of the home. What Sybil had done disrupted the image that society had set for women at the time. Though her actions were very revolutionary as well, she was one of the only people to step up and endure all aspects of being a soldier in the war for independence as a woman. Her actions showed to women all across the nation that women were just as capable of men in fighting a war, something that only males were thought to be able to do so. Sybil was already very involved in revolutionary ideas, but she was not allowed in the army, even though she proved over and over, time and time again, that she was better than most males her age at riding and shooting. What her actions were like a call for women to step up and assume a bigger role in the fight for independence. This is also one of the reasons she wasn't as famed as Paul Revere, even when she ruled twice as much as him. People did not want women to start thinking as Sybil Ludington did. This would ruin the order that society had created of women being at home and men doing the outside work. So her fame died down as quickly as it started, though George Washington and Comte de Rochambeau both came to thank her for what she did. She was never really honored as a true patriot.
Sybil Ludington went on to marry Edmund Ogden, an innkeeper, at age 23 in the year 1784. She had one and only one child with him, Henry Ogden, who grew up to be an attorney. She lived till the age of 78 and died on February 26, 1839. Her legacy lived on, and she became the 35th woman to be honored with a U.S. National Postal Stamp.
Sybil Ludington was one of America's greatest leaders. She did as much as any man could, yet she is not recognized as much as men. She is one of the few female leaders who have left a long-lasting legacy behind, and is still one of the few to show the courage and strength to perform a feat even most men could not do. Though there is more to take from this than just her story, there is a moral to be learned, that women in American history have done as much as men, and deserve to be recognized as much as well. Meanwhile, Sybil Ludington is still one of the greatest female leaders in American history. This documentary has been about Sybil Ludington and the midnight ride of the female Paul Revere.